Good evening with Sports Night. I am Mark Seal. Starting with cricket, both Barbados Tridents and Jamaica Tallawahs are trying to get back to winning ways in the ongoing Hero CPL game at Lauderhill in Florida. The players were in the safety of the pavilion for the first 45 minutes as there were lightning strikes around the outskirts of the ground. However, the game has begun. The Tridents have been sent into bat and they were 41 for 3 after 7 overs. TV8 will join the live coverage after the evening news. Meanwhile, St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots moved past the Tridents into 4th place last night by defeating hosts St. Lucia Stars at the Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium. As we reported last night, the Stars won the toss and were dismissed for just 69 in 12.3 overs. Sheldon Cottrell was the main destroyer, taking 3 for 14. The Patriots in reply then made 70 for 3 in 8 overs to win by 7 wickets. Devon Thomas top scored with 38 not out. We have full match highlights.
Here is the Digicel highlights bundle. Started like that, and we thought, here we go again, until Fletcher played across one. He could have pumped that down the ground if he wanted to, and the saluting started. Spinners into the game. Cornwell, he's been successful for 2 innings at number 3. Not today, DG.
Yeah, that's the way cricket goes. Sometimes you get off, sometimes you don't, but in this entire batting lineup, they struggled to score runs. That was Lendl Simmons playing for a little bit of turn from the off spinner, Mahmudullah, and that back leg just slipping out of the crease. He was gone. It brought Kyron Pollard to the crease, and yet again, he was being asked to deliver something big. Not to be this time, reaching for one from Cottrell, and he saluted as customary. David Warner was still there, and you felt that he was going to go big, but that partnership with Kes Ahmed didn't really last that long. Warner eventually fell. This was a really good catch from Ben Cutting, running in, and then it went downhill. A rare hero maximum in the innings. Darren Sammy for the 2nd time, not troubling the scorers. Good captaincy from Chris Gale. And whilst Case Ahmed tried his best, wickets kept tumbling. This one unlucky. Nothing behind it. Umpire gave it out and Brathwaite celebrated.
Yeah, it was a confused innings, wasn't it? And I don't think the batsmen, once the wicket started to fall, I don't think they knew how to really play it. And that's why you get confusion like that. And that was 2 wickets in a row. Machani nearly got one on the last ball of the over to bring up 3 wickets in 3 balls. It just crept over there, but they didn't have too much work to do before the final wicket fell, and that was all out for 69. And the last 5 overs they lost 27 for 6.
In terms of trying to chase down 70, it was all very easy early on. McClenaghan sliding onto the bat nicely, so too McCoy. You're slightly off and slightly too full. That's what's going to happen on any pitch. Lewis and Evans, some nice striking until Len. Smart bowling from McClenaghan, cramped up Lewis, and there was a wicket for the Kiwi. And you think about Evans and Thomas wanting to get on with it. Some really nice striking straight. Yeah, you got to have a bit of luck. And you're swinging wildly. That was a beauty over extra cover. Give yourself a pat on the back. And then Gregory Brathwaite said, that's out. And in the end, Devon Thomas said, look, I need to get things sorted. Then there was the run out. Unfortunate. But those things happen in the game.
Top Barbadian tennis player Darian King has begun his quest to make it into the main draw of the US Open. He's currently on court number 8 at the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in the first round of qualifiers against Austrian Gerald Melzer. Well, King was trailing 6-5 in the first set. The round of 64 of the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Monarchs of the Court road tennis competition is now complete after last night's matches at the arena on Spring Garden. One of the highlights was the double sow inflicted by young Shaquem Nurse on Corey Mears. CBC's Damian Best reports on that match and some of the other clashes.
Clarence Haynes closest to the screen, taking on Ashton Blackett in the round of 64. Blackett opened his account with a measured forearm drive. Down 11-9 in the first game, Haynes started the mini recovery, forcing the SU backarm from Blackett short. But Haynes only got as far as 16 before Blackett shut the shop. This time the return misses its mark. In the second we go with Blackett down by 1, 14-15. Both players not giving an inch. Haynes in a predicament. Blackett with the smash. We're tied at 15. Fast forward 19 serving 17. Haynes with the unforced error. Game and set point now. Blackett playing with real confidence. Haynes moving the ball nicely. But Blackett with the drive takes the set. 21-16, 21-17. Next up, a clash between Corey Mears and Shaquem Nurse in the far court. Young gun firing on all cylinders, exquisite. Mears looked overawed by the occasion and trailed Love 10 until this point. Nurse with the unforced error. But his comeback never really materialized. Nurse finding the middle of the racket, punching this one into the vacant court. Mears only mustered 8 points in the opening game. This was one of them, catching the corner pocket. But it was all about Nurse taking Mears to market. What a way to polish off the opener, the lethal injection. 21-8. In the second, there was no mercy shown by Nurse. Easy pickings when it's lobbed over the net like that. Nurse with the smash. This one over in the twinkle of an eye. Mears dragged back to market in a more savage manner. Nurse leaning back and delivering. Shaquem Nurse doing it in 2 straight over Corey Mears. Round of applause, strikes a pose for the fans. 21-8, 21-6. Moving on as well is Winston Griffith in white here, taking on Kamal Cullimore. Griffith playing shots with assurance. Cullimore going for power over placement. Error. Cullimore making amends a few points later. Wonderful change of angle. But Griffith snatched the first game, 21-11, off the net and out. In the second we go, improvements from Cullimore. Footwork on point. Blows by Griffith. This one had some mileage on it as well. Forearm, look, but you can't touch. Griffith held the advantage 19-11, but allowed Cullimore to come back and make things more interesting. Comes to the net and applies the jab. 19-18 now. But back-to-back unforced errors will seal Cullimore's fate. Griffith taking the victory in 2. 21-11, 21-18. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Thanks, Damien. And in other matchups, Emar Edwards was pushed all the way by Dwayne Lynch before coming away with the 22-20, 17-21, 21-7 win. Also progressing to the round of 32, Kerry Francis, who dispatched Shabir Greenidge in 2 straight at 14 and 13. In football, Barbados came away with a draw from a higher-ranked FIFA opponent when they played against the Jamaica Reggae Boys in an international friendly recently. Barbados would get on the score sheet first, across from the left to find Captain Rashad Jules on the right flank. He maneuvers, getting some space, and he would take the shot. A deflection though, but the ball still ends in the Reggae Boys' net. 1-0 to Barbados in the 30th minute. Barbados on the attack again. Hayden Fatty Holligan collects from the midfield and provides the perfectly laid pass for Zico Edmey just to tap it in. Barbados flying high in the 43rd minute, 2-0. On now to the second half, and Jamaica will be awarded a penalty as Tariq Highland brings down a player in the box. But as Fabian McCarthy steps up, Barbados custodian Kishmar Primus was up to the task and provided the big right hand to deny them the goal. That's defense for you. However, Jamaica were still pressing and would get on the scorecard. Marvin Morgan with the powerful right foot shot beats the Barbados' substitute keeper, cutting the deficit to 1. The score now 2-1. And it went from bad to worse in the second half still, as a handball will see a second penalty being awarded. Peter Vassell going to the keeper's right corner to make the final score 2-2. That's how it would finish. And that's sports.